Streaming online and in the Odyssey app at The Fan Rochester. The sports leader, 95.7 FM and AM 950. The Fan Rochester, an Odyssey sports station.
It's time to start the show and talk about the sports we saw. Inside jokes and takes from Danger and Battaglia. Bills and the Sabres and the Amherst. Who gave a microphone to these jerks? Welcome to the sports bar, that's where you are. Welcome to the sports bar, that's where you are. Welcome to the sports bar, that's where you are. With Danger and Battaglia.
Welcome to the sports bar. I think our cameras are off there, Dan. It's all dark here.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, take a look. Gotta turn those cameras on. Welcome to Sports Bar. It's Danger out today. My name is Gene Battaglia as we welcome you into Rochester's only local sports talk show. Our phone number 866-4FAN, 866-4326. You can reach us on X. The Fan Rochester is our handle. And we can discuss these Buffalo Bills. We can talk about Hard Knocks last night. We can talk about everything that's happening in Major League Baseball between this realignment story. We'll get to the story about where you'll actually watch the games next year. We got a report that's going to leak out here apparently, who's winning the TV rights. And again, we invite your feedback. The show is much better with you. 866-4FAN, 866-4326. Dan, if you can't figure it out, it's okay, buddy. Okay, so we got nothing. We're off and running here. Maybe that's because I put Danger's name up there accidentally. So for all of our viewers, you're just seeing kind of a dark space there.
I went through all of them, and they were all the same. So I don't know what's up with the something's up with the cameras. So cause I went through all the selections you can go through, and nothing changed. So
you know what? It's totally fine by me, and my apologies to our viewers. But you can hear us.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong.
It's like there's nothing nefarious going on that we turned the cameras off here.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody must have messed around with the cameras here.
I mean, who was in here? I mean, no, I was in here. I wasn't touching them. Was there someone here after you last night? Because I left, and no one was in here that I know of.
People are here in very, very early morning hours.
Okay.
Dad. So maybe that used to be a real thing in radio. By the way, happy National Radio Day. That is going to be
nice to be on the air with you.
This is the one. If you follow radio people, they want to let you know how many call
all
letters
over my
they
email,
work.
so.
Yeah, how many call letters that they work for over the years, and all the battle scars they have, and happy Radio Day to you, Dan.
Yeah, thanks.
Hard Knocks episode 3. Of the season with the Buffalo Bills. So let's talk about that. Before we do, coming up on the show today, very excited. It's what we call a good get, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
She is a proud member of Bills Mafia, and you hear her every morning here on the Fan Rochester. Maggie Gray, who certainly gives us a lot of time here whenever she can. She's going to join us here at about 4:30 today to talk about the Buffalo Bills and some things nationally. Maggie Perloff's Maggie Gray coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. Bottom of this hour, damn, we've reached it. Football season is here. Although we've got crappy NFL preseason games this week, we do have college football games that actually matter. We've got week 0 beginning over in Ireland. We will talk to PJ Glasser. He hosts Send It In on the BetMGM network, and also get his takes here on Major League Baseball, some of the other things that we can wager on. One thing you can't wager on, and don't do it, the Little League World Series.
Wouldn't want to.
No.
Nothing about it.
No. That's just...
How could you?
That's creepy.
Where do you know about it? Does PJ know stuff about it? Because I don't.
No, but that's the difference. Offshore gaming will take your money wherever they can, and the Little League World Series put out a statement no, this is absolutely wrong. That basically you're profiting off of children. We shouldn't be preying on them. No. Not praying, kneeling, praying. I'm saying P-R-E-Y.
Yeah.
Just wrong. Episode 3 of Hard Knocks. Yeah, it was probably the best one, was it not? We loved episode 1 because, they showed Rochester and they showed Pittsford and they showed the campus, and we felt kind of proud. And then it was a little bittersweet to see him leave, but that's just kind of a reminder that that's how quickly camp goes here in the Flower City. So this past week, they were back. If you missed it, spoiler alert. So you had Ed Oliver and the horses, and then we called it the Connor McGovern pizza party, where you saw Connor McGovern. The funniest thing, the line I would say, was to Connor McGovern's wife. telling the story of the night when they get back from camp, and it's Josh Allen saying, "Hey, do you want to do something?" She's like, "The hell? You've been gone for 3 weeks with these guys." No, you know, but it's kind of like, don't you get enough? But I'm sure from a Bills, we want to show the culture of the team. These guys love each other.
The bonding.
So much.
It's all about bonding.
Yeah, it's all about bonding.
The culture.
Yeah, the pizza actually looked pretty good.
So the cookies did too.
Yeah, that was okay. So the McGovern isn't just throw it in an egg or whatever it is.
No, it was the full oven.
It was the full oven, and he's preparing the dough from scratch. That was okay. Now I understand. Like that's why you would kind of do that over bonding. The McDermott stuff. Okay, I something I noticed after the Chicago game, Dan. We only got what the public got, which you can't tell me that's because of time constraints, that because the game ended on Sunday night and therefore they really didn't have time to go in the locker room. Oh, no, stop. Full stop on that. You had time to shoot the game. You were there. Mm-hmm. What did Sean McDermott tell his team? Or maybe he didn't. Maybe there wasn't anything from McDermott saying to the guys, like, you just laid an egg.
Or maybe they didn't want to show it. Maybe McDermott said, no, we're not going to air this.
Of course. So it's easier for them to say, all right, we're just going to air what Sean McDermott. It was an edit, but I'm like, that's an edit that, okay, you're showing what we all saw and all heard if you stayed up with that. And that was actually audio I think we ran on our station the next day. So I'm like, okay, that wasn't very special. So you think it was McDermott kind of going up, because there's two ways you could do it. McDermott lighting up the room. No, we don't want to show that. Or sometimes, Dan, and you're not a parent, but you were parented.
Mm-hmm.
I did this to my kids, and it was done to me. Like, when you've messed up and the parent doesn't say anything, icy silence for a little bit. That's a technique.
Yep.
So was that also part of it too? Well, if that was it, I'd show it then. If McDermott didn't, if he just went in the locker room and just, okay, it's silent after 38-0. See, the thing is, you could say, oh, it's preseason. Well, no, you're trying to establish habits and culture and energy. Mm-hmm. That was a big theme of this episode too, energy. Mm-hmm. Which the ad-lib stuff. You would have bombed at the ad-lib stuff, Dan.
Oh, I would have been terrible. I'm not going to that kind of stuff. No.
I would have been.
I would have been terrible.
I'm trying to figure it out, too. It's like one of those, it was going a little too quick for me. I'm like, what are they asking
the
them
elephant
to do?
thing and rolling the boat with the Viking. I was like, I didn't quite understand where they were going with that. But I was like, okay.
But I guess, like, what is the lesson there?
Just have fun, I guess. I don't know. Just don't take things so seriously. Hard to really say.
I don't know. Or you're playing with a quarterback, Josh Allen. Things are going to go off script. You got to be prepared for it.
But he didn't win at the end. I don't. Who did win the? Who was that? I didn't even know who that was.
I knew.
Okay.
He got cut today. K. Davis.
Well, that's
Dan, you walked right into that.
Yeah.
K. Davis released by the Buffalo Bills today. Which, all right, as we get to the news of the day, thank you for setting me up on that. Inadvertently, though. But K. Davis, Jarvion Howard release. My gosh, Jarvion Howard, shortest time ever as a Buffalo Bill, signed yesterday morning, gets hurt in late morning practice, and shortly thereafter released. Waived injured is actually, Howard got hurt. And you're brought in specifically to carry the ball against the Buccaneers. Dan, what is this telling you? This is telling me, whoop, whoop, whoop. Not only you're not going to see James Cook, don't expect to see Ray Davis, nor Ty Johnson. Keep those guys away from this game. Have them ready to go week one. And I'm sorry to whoever is going to be carrying the rock here. Elijah Young is the running back that was
signed today.
Yeah, Elijah Young, who I don't know that name. Don't worry. You really would have to be a Chris Trapasso or somebody to know that some of these guys. Young played at Western Kentucky, was a UDFA with the Chiefs, but he didn't stick around that long. I mean, it's a quid pro quo. These guys are coming in knowing, hey, we're not making the team, but It's something you can put on your resume. It's something that, hey, a coach, that guy did something. Maybe you do get a practice squad invite at some point later in the season. You just never know. It is a chance to impress. It's also noteworthy of the Bills filling another spot with corner Zy Alexander, which, okay, yeah, let's kind of bring in another. Trapasso had him rated as his 25th best corner in this past draft, which, all right, if every team drafted a corner, then I guess that would kind of fill the need, but he didn't stick around very long. Where was he? He was cut by Seattle in July. So you know all this because you listened to
I heard them talk about it. They didn't get too much in depth. They talked about the kicker being cut. They felt better for what it meant for Tyler Bass. They mentioned that probably Young will play a lot. They were debating whether or not Frank Gore Jr. should play or not against the Bucs. They didn't know because he had a good showing against the Bears. They didn't know if he should go and risk him getting injured as well.
The executive producer was asking me last time we were watching. She's like, "Is Frank Gore making this team?" I'm like, "Nope."
Oh, he's not. Just practice squad?
Yeah, damn.
Okay.
No, it's that's the thing. It's like you would have to count. I'm thinking that Reggie Gilliam's on this team.
Yep.
Reggie Gilliam plays special teams. He counts as a fullback. You're keeping the 3 running backs, and then Frank Gore certainly on the practice squad. But even still, like little things that you just got to take note of every once in a while. Week 18 last year. Okay, it's the Patriots. We don't care about this game. We're the Buffalo Bills. We'll get Von Miller his money. We'll have Josh Allen snap the ball to continue the streak. We'll lose the game. Who cares? They didn't elevate Frank Gore that. I thought they would do him a solid. Okay, make this the Frank Gore game. They didn't do that. So, to answer your question, I mean, Frank Gore, and then some of the highlights look good, and then he put the ball on the turf.
Yeah.
And Danger and I were having that debate on Monday. Danger's like, oh, it's just a perfect punch. I'm like, no, I am of the belief that any fumble is preventable in the NFL or any level there. It's all about the technique there. And if you have the ball just a little bit out of place, as they call the 7 points of pressure, then that ball has the potential to come out. So tough lesson for Frank Gore to learn, but losing the ball like that.
I think they talked about that on Hard Knocks last night because they showed it on the sidelines where it was mic'd up after. I said he had it and it was just a good punch. So I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. So I guess so like you were taking the dangerous side. Like some fumbles are inevitable.
Yeah.
Lots of talk here today on some of the topics here. Steve Tasker talking about the state of the Buffalo Bills defense.
But here's the thing. We're talking about wideout. I don't think you go fat on the offensive side of the ball with this crew. You've got to give them more help on defense. I mean, they've thrown everything they've gotten at that side of the ball. Well, the point is valid. You're not skimming on the roster on the defensive side of this football team. I mean, you've got a huge margin of error on the offensive side because of 17. And, he was making chicken salad all last year.
Right.
And he was the MVP. And with the offensive line that you've assembled, even the MVP can sit there and hand it off half the time, or at least get you enough points. Trubisky or Mike White can hand it off the rest of the game. I mean, that's what you're talking about. This crew was hanging 30 points every week.
Yeah.
Every week. And they're better this year. They should be.
Should be.
They look better on paper. So you don't need to give them 16 more guys over there. Just go. It's the other side of the ball. And I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. This team will go further this year based on the improvement of their defense. If you want them to go further, which means winning the AFC Championship game, getting to the Super Bowl, and maybe having a shot to win that, it's all about how much better the defense is going to be, in my mind. If the defense significantly improves, they'll go even further than they did last year.
Who can argue against that? I mean, literally, that is the storyline here of 2025, assuming everybody's healthy, because the Bills will win the majority of their games. They will lose one or two where we'll come back and blame assessment, and some caller will call for McDermott to be fired or the offensive coordinator to be fired, and that will happen. Okay, we will get to the same point again in 2026, meaning, hey, welcome to the divisional round. and it's the Buffalo Bills against Team X. And last year, give the Bills credit. I thought they were going to have a real problem with Baltimore. They didn't. They forced the Ravens into 3 turnovers. So that's part of it too. Like, we can't just ignore that didn't happen. Like, the defense was such a disaster last year. Oh, no. Like, Terrell Bernard forced a fumble for Mark Andrews. Now, Mark Andrews also dropped a 2-point conversion. But the lasting image isn't, in my mind, a 4th and whatever play where, holy cow, Dalton Kincaid should have come up with that. If you want to say that's fine. My lasting images of that game is there's Xavier Worthy running away from Kyer Elam. When the Bills lost Christian Benford in that game, tried to come back from the concussion, got dinged again. It's like, oh boy, they are in big, big trouble. And they're going to have to outscore this Kansas City Chiefs team. And for anybody that wants to say, well, the Chiefs last year put up 30 points just once. And it was in that game against your team.
Yep.
So I kind of take it almost as a blessing in disguise that, hey, if the Bills win that game, do they get by Philadelphia in the end?
Hard to say.
Hard to say, but where things are starting out in this point, I credit Brandon Beane with saying, look, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. Von Miller, no, we need to move off of him. We need fresh blood here on this defensive line. Let's draft somebody different. They drafted somebody, Dan, I thought Maxwell Harrison, when we're going through the pre-draft process, mentally I crossed him off my list because, like, no, that's not a guy that they would draft. They did because they realized, hey, we need more speed back there. But funny thing has happened here in August. Maxwell Harrison hasn't been available. Another top pick, Cole Bishop, we are wondering about. And, hard to say, will the defensive line provide dividends? It's always difficult in the preseason because, you're not getting the true rotation. So there's just questions on the defensive side of the ball. So for Pam Oliver to, and not trying to slight Pam Oliver, but just she's one of many that's the storyline. Like Brandon Beane, did he do enough for this offense? This offense, were you paying attention last year? They were putting up 30 points or more.
Tasker just said it. It's
know.
not about the offense. The defense is the issue.
It's not.
Yeah. It's the defense. That's the issue.
I've known Jeremy White for over a decade. I just can't, understand why you would, kind of take that point. So look, it's not going to go away until his defense actually shows, hey, we've improved with some of these parts. We'll get the thoughts of Maggie Gray coming up in the 4 o'clock hour today. Also, want to follow up on a story that if you were listening to one of those levels, like getting another Scooby-Doo kind of reference. I'm like, the ears perk up like I'm the dog. Like, what is that? Lamar Jackson dinged at the end of practice. We'll keep you updated. I'm like, what?
Yep.
What are they talking about? Well, no. And sidebar, don't ever root for injury.
Oh, I know.
No,
never would.
No, not you personally, but there are people, Dan.
Never.
No. Because you want to win.
I want to beat the best at their best. I don't want to have. Okay, I beat the Packers, but they were on their 4th-string quarterback. I want to beat the best of the best with their. I want to beat Mahomes with Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Correct. Like if the Bills get to the AFC Championship game and they welcome in Kansas City and it's Carson Wentz, he's still the backup, right? Yeah, it wouldn't feel right.
No.
And
I mean,
Chiefs
you'd
fans
be
always
happy
say,
you won, but
yeah.
it wouldn't be the same as slaying the dragon.
Back to Lamar Jackson. According to a Ravens PR person, just his foot stepped on. There's no concern. He's fine.
They made it sound way serious. He left with doctors and conditioning people for the Ravens, so they made it sound worse than it was.
Sometimes when you're at practice and you're looking at this stuff in real time and you're trying to make sense of, okay, what is
get
this?
him off the field, get him
off the
make
field.
sure he's okay.
Yeah, there's no thumbs up or anything. It's like, is this something? Is it nothing? And since we live in this day and age where everybody's got a phone, people are just, in real time saying, what is this? What's going on? And people are just, it just kind of spreads. They're like, no, he's fine. Lamar Jackson will be the starting quarterback Week 1. It can't get here soon enough. Check that. I do love summer. But when it comes to just our NFL fandom, this is like going to be a painful part of the calendar, man. It really is. Just, okay. When we get past Tuesday and the cut down day, and then everybody just kind of takes a weekend off, which this weekend too, with like week 0, I'm surprised like there's not more in the NCAA.
Well, maybe because they're loaded up with week 1. I mean, you got Texas, Ohio State, and you concluded with
agreed, but like if you put like a triple header and moved some other games onto Sunday of this weekend, will we not really?
People are going to watch.
I mean, like what is like the Sunday headline? I'll tell you, it's the Little League World Series final.
Yep,
always on in the late afternoon, and we'll watch it, and it'll be fine. And that's kind of it. The U.S. Open, like that, that always kind of sneaks up on all of us. Like, oh, it's here. Oh, it means it's the end of summer.
Getting close.
Yeah, getting close. Let's talk to PJ Glasser, host of Send It In. PJ Glasser will give us some winners coming up next. Mike Danger's out today. My name is Gene Battaglia with the Dandalorian, Dan Drumming, here on the Fan Rochester.